everyone I talk to, every problem I have, you know what I mean, is leads, right? So it's like, you got to solve that problem. That's the demand.
Do you think that's the biggest problem people have in the industry?
100%.
Because you got a bunch of buddies and mentors and everybody else is like, no, it's sales skill. No, it's work ethic. No, it's product knowledge. No, it's coachability, whatever. You know what I mean? But the truth is, you are 1,000% right. I've always agreed it is 100% leads first, because you don't have anybody to talk to. None of those things even matter.
Yeah, you can't learn if you have no one to talk to.
Nope.
I mean, when I came in this industry, I wasn't even looking to get my insurance license, but somebody, you know, said, hey, this guy's killing it, you should go talk to him. My only question was leads.
Yeah.
That was the only question, because if you have enough leads, and there's different leads.
Sure.
There's a lot of definitions for
well,
leads.
You could say I've got cold data list, or I've got thousands of age leads.
There's a lot of definitions for leads.
Nobody wants to freaking work age leads, bro.
Dude, the thing,
They don't.
So the difference is, right, when our agents are calling these leads, they're saying everyone knows what it's about. You know, it's not take me off a list, don't talk to me. Everyone knows exactly what it's about. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, we don't have to be, you know, depending on the lead, sometimes you want to be tricky, right? You like, don't leave voicemails and stuff. Like, now it's real simple. It's real direct. You call them, they don't answer, you leave a voicemail, let them know exactly who you are and what you want to do.
So you like to leave a
text
voicemail
message.
thing. Yeah, good.
Yeah, well, again, it just depends. Like, if you have a lead from 90 days old or whatever, you got to be a little tricky. But if you got a lead instantly, like, you know what I mean?
I love that you say tricky. What is, like, if someone's trying to understand the lead cost and lead game and CPA and all that, like, talk through that a little bit. What does that look like? How should they be thinking through the math?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I'm going to do a training. I'm going to do this in the Facebook group for sure. At least in the Facebook group. I might do it more, but I'm gonna build a spreadsheet. I'm gonna show agents how to track their cost to acquire a client. But yeah, you have to look at that. You have to look at the lead cost. So let's just say a lead costs $66, right?
Yeah.
And let's say you need 10 of them, right? Let's say out of 10 you get 2.
A lead costs how much?
I'm just throwing a number out there. $66, let's say, right?
It's final expense lead.
I know it's an expensive lead, right?
Pre-sold? No, just kidding.
It's someone who wants it. But let's use $50 as a round number. So let's say a lead costs $50, and you dial 10 of them, and 10 of them it costs you. You know, you get let's say you get 2 presentations. So that means it costs you $100 to get a presentation, right? And so you start looking at those things, and then, you know, out of those presentations, how many presentations turn into sales? So like, what's the cost to make a sale, right? So you start looking at those things. So it's like, how do you bring that cost down? And when you start bringing that cost down, then drastically, like, you scale that, not over that one sale, but you scale over weeks, months, and a year. Yeah. Like, you could change an agent's income from like $20,000 to $80,000 by just getting the leads dialed in for them. Right, so that makes a big difference. Increase
closing rate or lower the price of the leads.
Right, when the price, there's a couple things like the price, the closing ratio, make a big difference. And then
you can't control the closing rate though.
No, you can control the closing rate, but what I did notice is when you have higher quality leads and you get into the agents faster, their mental state's better, right? Because when you're calling leads that you don't get right away, right? And you're dealing with a lot of, I didn't do that, I didn't fill that out, take me off your list, right? Yeah. That mentally affects that agent. But if every single contact that you make, and they're like, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, and you're able to get presentation in, because as long as you're getting presentation, it doesn't have to be sales, but if you're getting presentations in,
it gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it builds confidence, exactly, right?
And I'm talking to people, so I'm not sitting there thinking about not talking to people.
Yeah. So like when you increase the mentality, and then I think too, like, if an agent's like beat up all day, like their closing ratio is just naturally going to be lower, right? Because they're not confident. If you raise that agent's confident, their closing ratio is going to increase, right?
Yeah, it's funny because, and this is true for you, by the way, too. Like, I've had so many people over the years where they're like, they went out and wrote, like, you know, made $1 million, you know, became a millionaire in 3 years, where all the different stuff, where they made $10,000 their first week. You know, you hear the impressive stories, right, of just, and most of the people were like, I didn't know that wasn't normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think people set their normal based on what other people tell them. Like, it's like you tell an agent, like, hey, you should sell $2,000 a week. And then their first week they pop 6. Everybody's like, oh, that you're amazing. Oh my gosh, you're incredible. Like, that's insane. That's never been done. They're going to be like, oh, maybe I should work less. Maybe I'm thinking too big. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's people definitely have like different ceilings for sure on stuff like that.
Is it a personality thing?
I don't know.
Because everybody's definitely different in regards to that.
I always want more, right? But I think that's been, I think that also a big reason why my drug addiction, right? Always wanting more.
Yeah.
If I drink alcohol, I don't drink. I've been drinking over 11 years, but
At all?
At all, zero.
That's amazing, dude. Congrats.
And I never thought like drinking was my problem. Like I don't think anyone ever would describe me as a drunk or anything like that. But I never had one drink, right? Like I'm not gonna just have. I'm even not gonna drink. Like or we're getting drunk.
Somebody told me this yesterday, and then I do want to kind of dive into your past a little bit. Somebody told me this yesterday that it's interesting how if we were sitting here, and somebody walked in the room and was doing cocaine, drugs, whatever. And they were like, hey, you want some? And we're like, no, we're okay. They wouldn't be like, oh no, you should try some. However, in social settings and insurance, with alcohol, if people are drinking and you're not, it's like weird.
It's so weird. It's so funny.
And they pressure you into, would you agree with this?
Yeah, it happens. I went to it was so funny. I went to Vegas for an event when I was with a network marketing company. I went to a good event, GoPro. It's actually a really good event. We should go.
What's his name?
You been there?
I would love to go.
We should go sometime.
I haven't. That's
I don't know if he does them in person anymore.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah,
is it Eric? No.
I feel like Eric Worre.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Big time network marketing guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I went to one of his events. It was such a good event.
I didn't know you went. Thanks for the
years ago when I was a network marketer.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, I didn't know you yet.
Before insurance.
That's it. It was your fault that I didn't know you yet. You weren't doing a good job.
True.
So you should have been the one that got me licensed.
Trying to get everybody to know me, man.
That's it. But I went to this event, and so it was a bunch of us, and I want to hang out with them at the casino afterwards, and I didn't drink then. And when you drink, you go get a round, and then everyone drinks it, and you get the next round. Well, they kept getting me a water. Right, so it's like the second time, the third time. I was like, "Whoa, we got to stop this." I was like, "Every time you drink a beer, I'm not gonna drink a water. Right? I'm not drinking 10 waters tonight.
I already have a bladder problem. Okay."
So, but yeah, people, it's always like this thing, and it's crazy because now, like, not drinking, like to me, like I still drink. I'm like, how do you feel? Like, how is that productive?
Interesting.
You're an entrepreneur. You got goals to crush. Like, you want to take over the world, and you're getting drunk. Like, how's that gonna help your goals?